Hello, everybody. I am Bob, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. This is the 42nd episode. This is actually the 42nd episode, for real this time, of my 5th Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. Some of you out there know why that number is so important, and if you do, I think you're cool. But anyway, we have a few comments to go over this week. As always, good ones. Fortunately, I think I should be able to get a little bit more action in this episode. These are going to be a little bit briefer and quicker to cover, but still very good advice from a lot of you. Impregnable, just general reminders about getting Embrace Darkness up on some cities here fairly soon. I've got 3 turns, basically, to get this city Embrace Darkness. A little more than that, because it takes time to make Wraiths, but yeah, I've got a few turns to get it up there before I start making Wraiths so that they can have greater lifesteal. And then, of course, this city down here that I've been talking about summoning units in because of the Wizard Tower. So I'm going to want to get Embrace Darkness here. This one probably need to do first because summoning units is something that you kind of never really know when you're going to need to do it until you need to do it. Unless you're just intentionally building an army to summon units, or summoning units to build an army, which I will do eventually. But I think for the moment, I would like to get some Spirit Elementals out just to send them out east and position them to where they can fight the Necromancer. So I'll probably try to get Embrace Darkness up here first, sometime during the next few turns if I can, while also getting Paid Absolution up everywhere if possible. Also, Impregnable said to sell the Reaper Ash on Karzan and the Crossbow on Ganon. That's a good point. I'm not going to run into any undead to control up here, so that Reaper Ash can be sold. I could technically give it to my halfling, but even she's not really fighting the undead. She's closer to where the Necromancer is, but she's more going to be fighting the Sorcerer and the Dreadnought. So really, this item isn't that useful for anybody. I'll just take the 90 gold and be happy with that. Okay, so that is done. And Ganon's Crossbow, while it is a more powerful close range... Where's Ganon? There he is. Well, it is a more powerful close range attack if I can only shoot it once because it only takes 1 action point to do full damage. It'll probably almost never be worth it because if I can get that close with Ganon, I'm probably just going to melee attack because he's an orc. So I can also get rid of that. Frees up an item slot, gives me some extra money. I'll take it. Then I'll probably put Doomgaze in here, just kind of shuffle these things around in a manner that makes some amount of sense. There we go. Because remember, their abilities are displayed in the order that your items are positioned in your inventory, so you want to have the ones you use more commonly up at the top, so they're not something you gotta click on the unit manually and go find them. 2 notifications show cities have reached metro size, so remove Beacon of Faith. Thanks for catching that, pointing that out. I can do that real quick right now. This city's a metropolis, so no longer needs Beacon of Faith. Make sure I'm dispelling the right one. Yep, that's the growth bonus. Don't need that. And here, do the same. Wait. I guess I never had Beacon of Faith on this city. Yeah, I don't have any enchantments on this one, so that's fine. I guess I never put it on Frostmere. Never remembered to. Actually, about the time I was capturing Frostmere was when mana was getting really tight. I probably really didn't ever have much of an opportunity to. I do see, though, that Frostmere's got more territory for trees. So before I forget, I'm going to do that right now. Because elves like trees. There you go, guys. And you can fit some more up here and just make that city as happy as possible. I've got the mana, so I may as well. When the Dreadnoughts come in, or the Juggernauts, are going to tear down my forest, which is just plain rude. But I'll just keep regrowing them. It's not like I don't have a surplus of mana. I'm good on mana. It's casting points is what's kind of killing me. Okay, and then the last thing was, excuse me, check Goblin race progression. I wrote this down just because I'm curious, and I do want to see. This was also, all of those came from Impregnable, by the way. I forgot to mention that all the comments we've gone over so far came from Impregnable. I'm at Goblin Race Governance 3. 620 out of 1,000, gaining 26 plus 7 for race happiness, so I guess that would be 33 governance experience per turn. So I'm probably I'm a little more than 10 turns away from that, maybe like 12 turns away at current rate from being able to get tame trolls, which is okay, I guess. I got a feeling the game's going to be largely over by the time that comes around, and I know for a fact that somebody told me that would happen, but I still wanted to go for it anyway because if I can even get them in a little bit, tame trolls are just too much fun to pass up. So. But as my goblin cities grow, that rate of getting better race governance should speed up. From Blurry Intervision, we have a comment that I switched shrine production. I switched my shrine production to a city that didn't have Embrace Darkness. Great point. I was talking about that in the last turn, in the last episode. This city and this city are both producing the same base amount of gold income. As you can see, this city's got 147 because it's producing merchandise. This city's got 96. But I just switched shrine production to this city for some reason, which doesn't make any sense because this city doesn't have Embrace Darkness on it. So why not let that city produce 147 gold per turn and continue making shrines here as I was, just like that. And that pretty much solves that problem. Still on infinite production, making the exact same amount of golds. I'm just getting shrines that can lifesteal with RAM for some reason, but they're also dedicated to evil too. So I may as well do that. Casper Eklund said, get projectile reflection on the sorcerer. That's a good suggestion, especially if she's going up against dreadnoughts and stuff. Granted, it won't, it's still better to keep her from getting hit. And I've often wondered exactly how the math works on this, because it says deals 50% of all range damage received back to the source. Does that mean I take 50% less range damage, or does that mean I still take full range damage, but the person who shot at me takes 50% of it? Like, I'm basically wondering, does this cut the range damage received by my halfling sorcerer in half, or do I still take full damage and they take half of what I took? You guys can let me know in the comments. Either way, it's probably not a bad thing to pick up. Plus, I don't know. I think I will, if it cuts the amount of range damage I take in half, then I'll probably get it. If it doesn't, I think I'll save the casting points for sorcery stuff, because the plan is to have her primarily be sitting in the back casting spells anyway. She should not be charging a group of dreadnoughts. I know she's got Inflict Stun, and Thunderstorm makes her ideal for doing, or makes Inflict Stun ideal, but she's a halfling. Like, those things will just squish her into little halfling bits, and we don't want that. So I'm going to wait until your feedback on that and then decide what to do. Fortunately, I don't plan on finding the Dreadnought with her on this episode anyway. Just one more comment from Sarah Feingold. Was actually a reminder for the previous episode to not forget to sell class buildings in conquered cities. Specifically, we're talking about Dwarfa Hall, which is actually busy producing something at the moment. That city's being absorbed. This city I have to absorb. So may as well just do that. It's going to be a little bit of time for that one. But this city down here, I can definitely sell buildings. So what I want to do is look at whether it's worth it. First off, I don't think these buildings have upkeep costs. But let's double check that. So base income, very happy merchandise. So I'm not getting, yeah, there's no upkeep cost for those buildings. I don't know that there is for any building in this game. I'm thinking, I get this game confused with Planetfall now. I know defensive buildings in Planetfall, like military infrastructure upgrades, cost gold per turn to maintain, but I guess that's because they put extra free, quote, free units in your cities. But in this case, there's really no reason. So I guess it all comes down to the difference in gold income. Because I'm producing merchandise, I'm getting an extra 39 gold per turn. It is actually better for me to sell these buildings for 50 gold per turn. And that one is probably sells for 25. Why does that sell for 25 and this sells for 50? It's worth it to sell the Sorcerer's Conflux, but otherwise I'm better off keeping these two. And because they only generate, they all only give me 25 gold per turn. I'm making more from that for merchandise. So let's take this off for a second and sell this one. And then go back to merchandise after that. And that's it. That's the comments for this episode. Like I said, some good ones, but a little bit quicker so we can get some more gameplay in here. Oh, hey, we got another city down here that also might be able to sell some unneeded sorcerer stuff. In this case, the city on merchandise is going to be producing less gold per turn, but still 25, so it doesn't really matter that much. I'll sell the sorcerer's conflicts down here as well. I don't need it, that's for sure. Okay, Winter Blossom is still being plundered. 1 turn left, and then I'll get a nice big chunk of gold to help boost me comfortably back up 1,000. I am a bit uncertain as to what to do here. What I want to do is charge forward, but what I don't want to do is let that guy run in and take the city behind me. So what I'm thinking about doing is sending Carzan's army out for a little fun, little jaunt down the road to go take this stuff out. Primarily because with the Flame Tech and all those Juggernauts, the Necromancer's army is not going to be useful at all in that battle. They're just going to be a vulnerability, a liability, I guess is the word I'm looking for. They're just going to take a bunch of damage. And I might actually lose somebody. I think Carzan's army can handle that fine on his own. I mean, those gold-ranked Dwarf Firstborns, plus the Exalted for Absorb Pain. The Archpriest I'll have to be a little careful with, but otherwise, I think Carzan's army is the way to go. I would ideally like to have some Shock Serpents in there with him, but they kind of got blown up. So I think what I'm going to do is just take Carzan and friends, and yeah, they can't quite make it back to that city, unfortunately, but that's okay. I think they can manage on their own. The Giants got the most movement via the road, so this says very likely defeat, but I have more faith in Carzan than that, I think. I say I have faith, and then I follow it up with I think. I can get Resurrection on somebody. Let's check Carzan's spells before I do this. What does he have? He's got Phoenix Warrior. So he can give that on a couple get that on a couple people. Unfortunately, that can be dispelled. So it's not really a guarantee like Divine Justicars is for Ganon's group. But I don't want to leave this city uninhabited either. Carzan's got to heal undead, right? What if I brought the Glutton along just for a little bit of extra something for them to shoot at? Maybe he'll get lucky and eat something. Carzan can heal undead. He's still got that creepy book. So... and he's got Blood Brothers. That's for spirit damage, though. Or maybe I should send Farron and focus a lot of energy on... because Farron could still use Stiffen Limbs and use it for dirt cheap as well. So I could have Farron in there just casting spells on the few units that aren't... yeah, he could cast spells on the few units that aren't Dreadnoughts, Juggernauts, or whatever. I think I'm going to do that, and then I can leave the rest of Farron's group kind of by themselves. They should be fine on their own. There's some pretty tough units in there. The Cadaver, I'm afraid, might die, though, so he may have to come along. So the Cadaver and Farron can come join on this merry little trip. Hang on, what am I doing here? And I'll probably leave the Glutton and the others behind, just in case something comes rushing at this city. Thing is, only that hero by himself would have to take out all this crap. I don't think he could do that. But I'm going to leave them there for safety anyway. So I think this is the setup I want to go with. So we'll attack with Farron. Probable defeat. I feel a little bit better about that. And then we'll just be a pain to the Ice Queens and whatnot. Okay, if they want to charge, I will gladly accept that. And I'm gonna be hyper aggressive with Carzan here. I'm going to absorb pain on him and just let him kind of do whatever he wants. In the meantime, you need to hang back and cast spells. Try not to die, preferably. Where's the way out if I needed to retreat? Okay, there's escape routes up there. You can go here, rotate, and stiffen limbs on... How about that Ice Queen? Carson, you go have fun. You should probably... Oh, he stays on defense after doing that, okay. The Firstborns aren't really in any major threat from that thing. They should be able to shake off most of those hits, especially if I leave them on defense. But I do want to get them up front as quickly as I can. And then I'll probably just throw a curse out on somebody who wants to get cursed. How about you? Sure, why not? And the Giant's got Demolisher, so getting him in on the action too is probably ideal. I'm thinking I might give the Giant Resurgence. I'm not 100% decided about that yet. I can decide that later. For now, I'm going to have him standing mostly by himself and just have him deal some damage. That way they can't group shot stuff quite so easily. I'm fairly spread out now, with the exception of these 2 units in the back. And then there's that Cadaver down there who's going to resurge after this battle with more health than he started with anyway. So if somebody wants to run all the way down here to attack him, that's fine. I do not care. Alright, let's see what they do. Spirit weakness. Oh no. Doesn't really matter at all. They're all going all in on that Giant. Okay. Aha, Carson's lucky. And now the Ice Queen's panicked. They didn't hardly put a scratch on me. Alright. Let's get this guy up here. And I'm going to leave him on defense, I think. Now, they all just fired off their mortars. But I know they're going to broadside on the next turn, and that's going to hurt. I'm going to leave him on defense and let him more open up with attacks on the next turn, rather than getting one attack off on one Juggernaut and then taking 2 unguarded broadsides. I'll just take 2 broadsides on defense. That boar is probably going to die. I think I can actually finish him off. Well, you know what? I'm gonna heal the Giant first before I do anything like that. I may use Farron to try to pick that guy off just to finish him, and then charge in with. There's a few different. I've got a few different options here. For one thing, let's leave the Ice Queen in a very unfortunate position. Let's maybe go right here with Firstborns. Actually, you know what? I can do this. Carson can finish her off no trouble at all, and should still have all action points. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't finish the other one off, but he's panicked, so it actually doesn't matter what happens to that guy, aside from the fact that he's kind of in the way of the Giant, but it may not matter much. What I'm going to do is Warcry with Carson, and then just go nuts on this thing. The Giant could finish it, but the Giant also might die if I do that. No, the Giant actually probably can't finish that. And it hasn't fired its broadside yet. I wonder if Farron could help at all. Having Rod or something like that would be kind of useful here. I could stiffen limbs on these guys, I guess. I think what I might do instead is give regrowth to the Giant. or not regrowth, resurgence. But like I said, oh, you know what I should be doing? I should probably be using Wreck more. I think that's better. Because if I bank on resurgence with the giant and then lose him, that's really gonna suck. What I'd rather do is just throw Wreck down on something. It's cheaper. It's highly effective. I should have put it on this actually before attacking it with Karzan, but I guess I'll just throw it on one that has more health now. And then I will heal this guy and let him throw more boulders, I think. You know what, I may as well just finish the Boar Rider off. Nah, I'm not worried about him. The Giant should be okay, because they all used up their mortars on that last combat round. As for this guy, how much damage did the Exalted take? More than 25, so I can heal him. So why don't you guys fly down here? Farron's got healing. And you can fly back over here. Remember, you're there to take damage from Karzan. And let's be a little more tempting with this cadaver. I know how much the computers like to kill a unit if they can, so maybe I can get that flame tank. Actually, that'd be ideal. If I can get the flame tank to waste it on the cadaver, that'd be perfect. Because it's one of the only units that can reach the cadaver on this turn, I think. Oh, that Boar bled out. Yes, he did. He wasted his flame on the cadaver. Okay. Oh, they're just ramming. Okay. All right, which one of these things had Wreck cast on it? That would be the one in the middle. Okay. Just far more damage. Man, that is good. Okay. I've got a couple more Wrecks I can throw down as well, and I think I'm going to do one of them on one of those firstborn up there. Okay, so Karzan, again, still has... Ooh, wait, does he have Warcry? Or have I used that already? Oh, I used it already. Okay. Well, Karzan should be able to kill this thing in one hit. If I min roll this, it's gonna suck, but... Okay, so he's still got all 3 action points, which means now he can unload on this one, which very nearly kills that. This firstborn... Ooh, what do I want to do with him? He might be able to finish off that Juggernaut. He should be able to finish that off. From how far away can he be guaranteed to finish it off? The Giant is actually one of the most vulnerable units I have in this group. That'll do it. See ya. Okay. Now, who do I want to wreck? The one that's left down here? I think I want to go for one of those up there by that other dwarf. So let's do that. I think this one may be stunned. No, he's bolstered. Looked like electricity. I thought maybe they overcharged him. Hurts, doesn't it? Okay. Get rid of this last guy here. And I think the Exalted can go flying in now. He does have Resurgence after all. Should use that for what it's worth. And I don't know what Farron needs to do. I could always touch by faith on the Giant or somebody. For the moment, I'll just let Farron hold ground. Yeah, I can only cast 1 spell per round, so he can't even cast any spells right now. Does he have any other useful abilities I'm not thinking about? He's got Entangling Touch. That could be useful. I'll move him around here, I think. But well, he does also have Undying too, so I can be a little more aggressive with him. I don't have to be super careful. Alright, you guys can hang back. I think you're probably one of the... almost as glassy as the giant is, apparently. Okay. Alright, giant just took a hefty chunk of damage there. Fortunately, this guy is all but dead now, with all this crap closing in on him, so between Farron and the Exalted, he should be no trouble. The problem is he's going to explode when he dies, but I don't think I can really get around that, so let's just do this. And he does have Demolisher. That's no small thing. Gotta remember that. Okay, let's get some more flanks off. And boom. Explodes in face. Alright, you can definitely finish that, I think. Yeah. Okay, I would like Karzin... I'd like Karzin to go after that one. These guys are kind of in the way here. I think I'm just gonna curse them because I can. And Karzin could kill them, but... well, he just shot his mortar. He just shot his mortar. He can't actually fire it because he's engaged. I think I'm gonna have... I think I'm going to use Wreck one more time. I know I'm kind of using up all my casting points, but... I think having these guys do that, and then Karzin can finish it in one hit and still have all the action points he needs to go over here and bug this thing. These guys are going to use an action point hitting Karzin, which does not matter. And he can start picking on that guy. And they can't really do much of anything. And then the giant can throw a rocket stuff. And level up as a result. You cannot defeat me. Alright, and I should have heals ready again now. I think. Where is it? Yep. Healing is ready. I'll give that to the Exalt. Actually, I'll give that to the... I'm gonna give that to the giant. He always needs it. Karzin could heal somebody. I think the Firstborn could use it, so I'll probably do that. As long as I know I can kill this thing on this turn. Karzin could go nuts on these guys. I think that's exactly what he's going to do. They're panicked, though. No, they're just cursed. Okay. So Karzin's going to go nuts on these guys. Then he can turn around and heal the Firstborn. And then the Firstborn can't actually quite kill the tank. But maybe the giant can help. Oh yeah, the giant can help. Okay. Heal you guys for a little extra XP, and that's about as good as it's gonna get. I'll get my Cadaver back because he was gold rank. And you may finish him off. Okay, there goes that army. So now I'm starting to see a lot more orange units popping up all over the place. That is interesting. Karzin got a level there, so let's see what we can get this guy. What a champion. Okay, we got defense, melee, blood honor, bloodbath, giant slayer, fleet command. Killing spree could be fun. Because I could give that to the Firstborns or the giant. That's cast on a specific unit, and I believe it lasts for the whole battle. It doesn't say that it expires. It's just a once per combat round thing, but I think that's the only limitation. Last Stand can come in handy in the right situations. Relentless Army is great. I might actually get a Relentless Army for Karzin. And then the steadfast ward, even the gravest of wounds can't stop a warrior from fighting to protect that which they believe in. Okay, that prevents the unit's health from dropping below 1. You know, I think out of all of these, Relentless Army is kind of the one I want, because Carzan's the only one in this group that actually has Tireless. I would love for both those Firstborn to have it, especially those Firstborn. So he's got enough casting points to use it, and he doesn't have a lot else that he needs to cast, so I think I'll pick that up. That might be fun. Alright, so now what do we do with these guys? Well, I want to get them back to safety if I can, probably. I want them moving up entirely by themselves. I want to make sure that I can plunder this city in time. Alright, well, I'll move them back to, like, this point on the map, I guess. Necro can stack up with him, and just get everybody kind of as close as I can. And this should be good enough for this turn. In fact, they can actually probably all get back together in their group here, so I think I'll do that. In fact, now that I think of it, I could have brought the Glutton with me too, because that was all road. They had plenty of movement to get back. But that's fine, it worked out. Okay, we've got this is not my new city. This was Ferric, and it was making settlers. Yes. That was the first one that it made. These guys were going down here to build a fort, which I think I can do on this turn. If I build it right there... Yeah, I could build it right here. There's really no reason not to. I could build it right here, and then if I upgrade it to a stone fort, it'll have all that stuff in its borders right away. Actually, I'll probably build it here, because the extra production doesn't matter that much. And if it stretches out far enough, I could get the Lost City later, which would be kind of nice. Yeah, for the time being, I think I'll build it right there. Build a fortress. No, not a watchtower, a fortress. Thank you. And then I'll upgrade that to stone before I build the city. Yeah. For now, the gold is primarily what I'm after. Golden growth, I think. And then you guys can continue tunneling through here. Well, you specifically. The Beetle Rider can. And then I'll kind of make the tunnel bend south a little here just to connect a little better with that road and kind of keep this more in my, like a shorter route from this city. Just slightly shorter. Actually, now it'd be the same distance, but whatever, that works. Okay, then you guys, now that you've finished tunneling, can all go north and start clearing that stuff for the next city, which I should start building now. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. I can't. Because if I did, mana would fall below 1,000, and I don't want to do that. Maybe at the end of my turn that's okay. I'll try to keep that in mind. Alright, you guys go back. Oh, he can't catch up with his friends. Now he'll catch up eventually. Beetle Riders are fast underground. Orcs, not so much. Oops. Well, that's okay. It's money. Alright, so Ordron has Embraced Darkness now, which I don't know if I had on there earlier. Kind of thinking about upgrading this city, to be honest. I've been making Storm Sisters in here for a while, but... Well, for this turn, I think I want produce merchandise, so... Because of the money limitations, trying to keep things above 1,000 if I can. She can go at least to here for now. I haven't seen any enemy units in that area for a while, so I'm feeling pretty safe in that area around Ordron at the moment. I know there were some enemies kind of skirting the outer edges of this border here, but as long as I've got all that crap in there, I'm not afraid about Frostmere. It'll be fine. I dare the Sorcerer to cast Dread... Oh, wait, no. Dread Omen did affect Undead. That's right. I was going to say I dare him to cast Dread Omen on it. because I have undead in there, but I forgot that actually is one of the few morale things that does affect undead, so. I can finish my road here. Which is going to result in kind of a goofy looking infrastructure here, but I got it. And then I think I want a tower. Maybe nestled right in here, actually. Seems like a good spot for one. But how much does it cost? 40 gold in 1 turn. I'll pay for that. That'll give me line of sight over 2 bridges, which are currently, you know, in the fog of war. I think that's probably a decent location for a tower. Alright. I would like for Ganon to chase some of that crap down, but I don't know what's behind it. Maybe I can scout a bit with my cherub here. Actually, I can definitely scout with the cherub because I got haste berries right over there. So he can get back as long as I'm careful with his movement. Would be great if I could find Brunhilde. That would be kind of the holy grail of scouting at the moment. You can go 1 space further. Is she there? There she is! Alright. Well, I think I know where Ganon's going. Straight at Brunhilde. If I can knock her out of the game and continue moving with Karzen's army in this direction, Frostling Dreadnought days are numbered. Oh yeah, that's right. I was keeping that exalted with Ganon, and Ganon is kind of abandoning the rest of his army and going off on his own happy adventure. I'm hoping they don't attack me. They probably won't because Ganon's army is pretty dang strong. And green, I doubt, has much left after I've been just smacking them around in the south. So I think I'm feeling pretty safe about that, and I'm actually going to save those haste berries for Ganon. That'll let him... I'm hoping if Brunhilde... It looks like she's getting ready to embark or disembark over here. If she does, she's not going to get very far. And I might be able to either trap her on this peninsula or chase her right into all that crap. And if that happens, I'm bringing up those armies here to help out. So I think, unless she goes back to the east... Probably got her cornered. So we'll see where she moves. I'm gonna, in between next turns, I'm just gonna like focus in on her and keep an eye on her. Because that is going to be crucially important. As for the cherub, I kind of want to get him out of the way. I wish I could get him on the water. He might get killed by something, and I guess that's fine. For now, I'll put him on the mountain tile here, which is a little bit out of the way of things. And we'll see what happens. Nothing should be able to reach him there. Unless they are like a flying... Oh, look at this! They're all fascinated by this cherub. And they're just surrounding him and watching him. But they can't actually get him. Although, to be fair, I think this tank is trying to. But it had to embark first. Right, I did discover the Draconian capital in last turn, which is good news for me. Bad news for them. Oh, there's an Eldritch Horror. That thing's not messing around. That will probably kill me. I will move here, I think. How far can that thing move? That's going to be able to chase me down pretty much regardless of where I go, except for maybe that mountain tile there. That might be safe. There's a flyer that could get me, but we all know Orange doesn't care about killing cherubs. Alright, you guys can all hang out here, I think is a fine spot for you, to cover Brunhilde's other options and just generally defend this city. It's kind of a strategically important city, I think. Getting aggressive in the south. I'm going to send more Storm Sisters down in this direction to try to join up with these guys. If I can get her... I know I don't necessarily know what's over here, so she could get picked off, but if I can get her there, she can get those haste berries on the next turn, and then pretty much just join right up with the rest of that group and just get one more Storm Sister in here. Alright, so I had a few Exalted that were going underground. This one, I believe, is still going to go north, was the plan, if I remember correctly. Yes. So grab those haste berries. Could almost grab more. but not quite. Actually, he's got to go north this way anyway. He's got to get to that cave entrance. Okay, I got this builder following up behind them. That road is done. I might continue building a road behind my armies as they move forward, or maybe get forts in strategic locations. This city is going to be nice once I get it absorbed, because I've already converted those to destruction nodes, and there's quite a few gold generating structures here too. Not a bad city to hang on to. Just upset the timer got reset when it got invaded. I guess for now, I don't have a specific plan for what to do with that builder, so I'll probably leave him around this city in kind of a support role. Maybe you could get a tower. I think a tower there could be useful. Oh, you know what? The builder can repair machines. That's right. If it was built in a city that had a master's guild anyway. Build fortress, walking, tunneling. I don't think this one was, unfortunately. No, crap. I was going to have it sitting around to help repair the shrine, but that's not one of my builders that can repair shrines, because I built that in a city without a master's guild, unfortunately. Alright, you guys are good there until reinforcements arrive. Just hang tight. The cherubs are coming, and they will be scouting. Oh man, so close to the hasteberries. Always so close to the hasteberries every time. Once I get them here, I can kind of split them up and just have a look all around that lava lake there. And I think that is it. Okay, so we're going to go to the next turn. I'm going to focus in on Bernhilda. Make sure I know what direction she is sneaking off to. Where is she? Right down here. You know, now that I think of it, I almost moved my cherub back, which would have been a mistake. If I put him on the wrong mountain tile, you wouldn't be able to see where she went. Okay, I think we're good. Let's do this. All right, where are you going? Well, it's the necromancer's turn first, I guess. But I'm not taking my eyes off that unit. Because if I can... She's been, so far, I think, my biggest problem. The sorcerer was annoying, but I've had more issues with just the endless swarms of juggernauts. Okay, she went back northeast. Unfortunately, that's not what I wanted her to do. But it does put her closer to Karzan's armies and other armies up in this area. What I'm thinking is she might be in holy crap, I need to defend my capital mode. And if that's the case, Karzan's army might be able to deal with her. But I'm going to rely on Ganon's army to put some pressure on that city. Because if I can pressure her from multiple directions, I think I could pin her, honestly. Because, like, this narrow little strip of land, the most likely, most direct route for her to get back to the capital, if that's what she's doing, is going to be running up this strip of land and then through here, through that mountain pass. Ganon's army following right behind her the whole time is going to cut her off and eliminate a lot of her mobility options, to the point where the best she could do is keep running east. And computers generally don't try to hide their leaders usually. They usually use them to fight where they feel like they need to fight, so I got a feeling that's exactly what she's trying to do. I also sort of want to see where... I mean, there's a lot of orange units that have been moving around here. They probably went back in the cave. Where are these guys going to go? I would like to know that next. By themselves, they don't threaten anything too much, but I'm hoping they just stay there. That would be perfect, because Ganon's army will destroy them. But we gotta wait for Orange to get done taking the rest of his half-hour turn. Says the guy who takes 2-hour turns at this point. There's a lot going on. A few more flyers showed up near that Naga dwelling. Again, nothing Ganon's army can't handle. The Orange Dreadnought seems to have a lot of units, but they seem to be spread out everywhere. I don't really know why they're doing that. They haven't really formed any big threatening armies. They just have small groups all over the place. That could be because we're like way outside of their home territory, and maybe the big groups are almost certainly in this area of the map. But I don't know. Anyway, they didn't move those guys, so that's encouraging. It's one orange army I'm not going to have to worry about anytime soon. I forget, did I get these orcs the enchanted armor upgrade? Yes, I did. Okay. That was a scary noise. Alright, yeah, we got more time for this episode. I was thinking I needed to wrap it up, but I got a little bit of time, so let's get through this. Frostlings are unhappy. Oh no, no. That's so sad. Because I burned the city to the ground. How sad. Oh well, moving on. We gotta go get that city next, I think. I feel like it's tempting for me to run down here with cars and... Ooh, man, hang on. Ooh, there's hasteberries there. Farron's army, or Karzan and it Exalted, might be able to reach and kill Bernhilda if I can find her. Okay, she's not in that stack. They're just using that to defend. Not there. Where are you? There she is. Okay. So I know where she is. If I can get there, I can straight up cut her off and prevent her from running any further. But it looks like... What direction is she facing? She's still... It's hard to see with the fog of war the way it is. Like trying to watch the character's animation. Yeah, that's the back of the spider. So it looks like she is still heading northeast. The question is, do I want to split up Karzan and Farron? Let's look at their stack. To be honest, probably not. That's a flame tank. Farron's army would not handle that particularly well by themselves. Let's be honest, Karzan's army is the real star of the show here at this point. Farron's kind of Farron's undead have been kind of a support role for a while. I don't think I'm going to split them up. Especially with the sheer amount of stuff that I've been finding up in here. It's probably best to leave them together, stay the course, and close in on her capital, because I don't know how much is in her capital. And if I threaten it, she'll keep coming to me. But in the meantime, Ganon can keep coming up from behind, and eventually just pin her. That's the plan. Alright. So let's get that started then, I suppose. Ganon's army moves up. Move him into Giant. Can probably auto this. If this was Planetfall, I would. Because I could do a combat retry in that one if I don't like the auto combat results. But not in this one. Alright, you go ahead and use Mass Curse. That's fine. I don't care. Alright, so I probably still want Absorb Pain on Ganon. Although, I don't think in this battle it's really going to matter much. That poor Musketeer has run into the wrong place. Alright. I forgot they have a melee attack. Well, I guess all archers do in this game. Dang, Planetfall is just bleeding into my brain. Alright. That Goblin Reanimator is... Well, no, he's got Regrowth too. I already checked that, or Rebirth from Divine Justiciar, so he should be fine. Let's mess those guys up a bit. And then I can kill them with that guy. And... just sit here, I guess, on defense for now. Could do Guard Breaker. Actually, I will do that. I'll do Guard Breaker. I'll save Warcry for when I can get more hits in on something. And then the Giant can come running around here and throw a boulder. You can decide which way you want to shoot, but you can't get them both. Alright, my flying boys versus their flying boys. Who's gonna win? I think mine will. Especially since they technically can't die. Unless I lose the battle. Well, they actually handled that quite well. But it's not going to matter because I've got more stuff about to be up in their face. Guard breaker again. Ganon can run around here. Just got to be a little mindful of Ganon. Okay, Ganon's got 20 defense and 18 resistance, so he's going to be fine. I'm not worried about him. Not in a battle like this. Let's just give these things bad options, so they have to turn one way or the other to get any amount of units. This one will most likely go down the middle and try to hit both of these guys, but we'll see what happens. Then I'll put the ogre or the troll over here. Maybe just make this direction a little more tempting. That'll work. Go ahead, use your flames. Oh, I didn't realize I could get that back up. Dang, they still almost killed Ganon. Jeez. They really went for him, but all that defense held out, so he's good. That is the last thing I need, is to lose him. That would have been super embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Alright, these guys have killing momentum. I think... No. These ones evolved from the martyrs, which is why they have absorb pain, which means they do not have killing momentum. Alright. That is good to know. Okay, I'm gonna bug these guys again with the reanimators. Ganon, you should probably go on defense because something's about to explode. Probably you too. Actually, the Giant's a better choice because of Demolisher if I can get him over there. Well, what I can do is just Warcry, kill these guys. He gets a little lifesteal out of it too, which is nice. And then flank. Have you go here. Would really like to destroy these things on this turn. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and have this fork do the deed. And then I can get him over here and just... Oh wait, he can actually kill that probably. Well, maybe. I don't know. Ganon's got healing, so should probably use that if I can. Let's get them out of the troll's way, so the troll can definitely get the kill confirm. Ganon can heal himself, I guess. Reanimator can probably heal somebody. No, the Reanimator moved this turn already. I'm just going to end this before they can set anything else on fire. Fortunately, the trolls are going to regrow all their health next turn. And that's why you don't do those battles in auto combat, because I'd have probably lost something there. Alright, they can all grab those haste berries now. Unfortunately, I'm going to be going into this battle without full health, but Ganon's army's got pretty good healers, so I think they'll be alright. It's going to just draw in... The annoying thing is it's going to draw in those extra flyers. But again, with Divine Justicars... Yeah, I'm not worried. Alright, all you guys grab those haste berries. We're going to party. Can I get around to here? You know what? Why don't I do this? Let's get that little guy in the battle. It's probably safer for him in this battle than out by himself somewhere. Very likely defeat. Oh, wait. It's going to be a naval battle if I do that. What did I just do? This might be bad. Hang on. I don't want my units embarking, that's for sure. Okay, good. I can readjust. I can move them over here and then attack with Ganon's army. That's what I would rather do. Let's make this a land battle. Okay, that's better. I know it's more units I have to fight at once, but it's definitely safer. And I've got all of my casting points too. That's worth remembering. And this is Ganon's group, so spamming combat spells, now would be the time to do it. Please don't kill anyone right off the bat. That'd be super annoying and rude. Okay, so they're gonna get really aggressive with that group. Oh crap. Flyers already all over me over here. Okay, we've got plenty to deal with. Let's start off by trying to debuff something. Or maybe heal something. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, let's start off by checking out my combat spells. I haven't used them much, but ooh, Chant of Unlife could be fun for this one. I kind of like that. I need to get Ganon to safety before I cast it. Now would not be a safe time to do so. Pretty much everybody in here has rebirth except the cherub, so I don't need that for anything. Got Disintegrate. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to back Ganon off and use Chant of Unlife and try to kill some of these flyers down here, and then I'll start getting free flyers. Who needs healing? Pretty much everybody. The troll's got regrowth, so you can kind of just hang out and get health over time. The cherub is just here to be a distraction, more or less. I want to get these guys down to where they can help Ganon out with Absorb Pain on this turn, preferably. Let's see. Let's move you up slightly. And I can get them all the way down to here. I think I can get Ganon over there. It's kind of a confusing mess here, but okay. Yes, I can. Alright, so Absorb Pain on Ganon just for safety. And then have Ganon cast Chant of Unlife. Yeah, there's no reason this shouldn't work. Let's do it. He'll probably try dispelling it, but that's okay. That gives him something to waste casting points on. Or her. I guess this is Burnhill. Actually, this is both. This is both Dreadnoughts I'm going to fight with here. If that unicorn wants to charge my cherubs, that's fine. They want to waste their time doing that. So I'll just leave the cherubs back here. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll leave the cherubs up here. So they got to run even further away to do it. Just to be a little nuisance. Again, these guys will regenerate health over time, so as long as I don't send them bull rushing in, they'll be okay. Down here, I think I want a guard break, or actually he's already lowered his guard, so this one I should be able to kill fairly easily. Yeah, I want healing on the giant for starters, I think. Those guys could probably Warcry him to death, I think. Probably. If they can, that'll trigger... No, they might not be able to. Did I panic him at least? Nope. Alright, that's fine. Broke his guard, but I guess I'll just finish him off. Anyway, he'll come back under from life under my control next turn, so that is okay. Now what do we got here? We got a cannon. That has to reload. Swarm Darter, Butcher, Ice Queen, Unicorn, Glutton. Not anything too particularly threatening. I think I'm more worried about the flyers down there, to be honest, especially now that they can probably kill my Goblin Reanimator. I don't know. We'll see. I'm okay with this guy being kind of behind cover here for now. The Swarm Darters are the only thing that are going to do anything to him, and they're not going to do much. So I think that kind of hiding back here is okay for now. Actually, you know what? I want you down here to deal with these guys. Hello. Oh, I thought it said critical failure for a second. I have a new friend. Ah, he got a success on it. Well, there goes my Reanimator. Rest in peace until after the battle, my friend. Alright, well, I got these guys, though, so I can at least cause some trouble with them. You're going to get crushed. He's panicked, so he's just going to run away. I would like to get I don't like those butchers bearing down on those guys. Kind of want to turn them around if I can. Let's see what you can do to the flyer there. Panicked him. So both of those guys are going to run away in fear and die next turn. Which means the giant could go deal with those butchers. At least use up their action points. It's unlikely the giant's going to get eaten by the glutton. Of course, they did a lot of damage, but the giant's got that. He's got that under control. And then you can, well, it's a unicorn, crap. Whatever. Why don't you take a hit from it and go harass the swarm darters? Alright, that Ice Queen's probably going to come in and Frost Nova somebody. That's fine. I'm going to send the Orc in, kill them, and then maybe back up. Get away from that glutton a bit. Whoops, I did not mean to click that. That was a misclick. Ganon could heal them. It might not matter if they get eaten, but he could heal them. But I think I'm going to use Ganon for the Ice Queen, probably. I want something up there chasing down. That cannon's going to chase down that cherub. You know, the cherub's fine where it's at. She's going to come in an Ice Nova, almost certainly. I think what I'll do is just get in the way. As long as Ganon's protected by Absorb Pain. And then I can move these guys back somewhere a little bit safer. Now the glutton shouldn't be able to get to Ganon unless they kill that flyer. I didn't really think about that. Otherwise I would have probably put my Exalted here. But it's a little late for that now. Yeah. I don't want Ganon getting swallowed whole. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Goodbye, Cherub. You did good. Alright, everything is just getting slaughtered. It is glorious. Alright, so that cannon is up there by itself now. Ganon is out of action points. It's just the Unicorn Rider, the Glutton, who's probably going to come puke on stuff on the next turn. That's pretty much it. I don't have any ranged attacks. Ganon can't cast spells because he's out of AP. So it's just the rest of the crew for this one, I guess. He'll probably come in and flank attack Ganon. I'll just put these guys here to discourage that. And as for you, you're welcome to try to take a bite out of that giant if you want. Very unlikely he could eat him. And then I'll position other units in flanking spots. This looks like a decent setup. And we'll move you guys back up just a bit too. Okay. What do you do next? Okay, he did come puke on stuff. Stop using all of Ganon's AP. I want to do something about that cannon up there. Alright, well, now I think I can kill this guy. This is gonna hurt you more than it hurts me. I'm dazed? What does this guy have? Shield of Light. Crap. That's not good. Okay, let's maybe throw a rock at him. I don't know. Probably best to throw a rock. I don't really want more units to get dazed. Throw a rock and flank him a couple times. I've got flanking options. All right, you come here. Warcry once on this, just to make sure. And you come here. Okay, good. You finished him. Nice job. Charge. would like to try to micromanage some healing here, but I don't know if I really have a lot of time. I think well, actually, yeah, I've got time. This thing's got to reload. So you have fun. And then actually what I'll do is I'll send Ganon here to heal that orc. And then he's got to take 2 attacks of opportunity when he moves. Everybody else, I think, is pretty much, you know, I'll move them back this direction in case I get an opportunity to heal something else, but I'm pretty sure that tank is, or that cannon is dead on the next turn. Unless they do some sneaky spell. Okay. Oh, he just reloaded in spot. That's fine too. I got plenty of other units that can finish him. Probably will be... Who do I want to level up? I'd say the Shock Trooper, if anybody. Ganon can heal a little bit more with Bestow Iron Heart. And he also has Nourishing Meal, which both do 15, I think. See ya. Okay, cool. That gives me control of this city. And puts Bernhilda in a very Ooh, hang on now. They can move a bit further than I thought. Oh, but that's not a battle I don't think I can safely win. It is just some crappy unicorns, but I'd be going head-to-head with their leader. I could just smite her, though. Or use Disintegrate. Ooh, there's options here. She's a Dreadnought, so Disintegrate might not work. Yeah, she's got a crap ton of defense. Oh, that is a good question. I could summon a Spirit Elemental here if I wanted to, but I don't know that that would be particularly useful. I mean, so there's one army. Here's the other one. I kind of feel like Ganon's army could probably do this, because nothing in there is even gold rank, and they're mediocre units. Tier 1s, Tier 2s. There's 1 Tier 4, 2 Tier 4s. The tank and Frost Queen are Tier 3s. And then there's been Bernhilda at level 11. What does Disintegrate actually do? Let's take a look at this. Whoops, open spellbook. Because I think the secondary effect, it still does damage. Yeah, 25 damage. So she's gonna take damage from that. She's got 20% physical protection. The other option is smiting her into oblivion, which would also probably work. She doesn't have any spirit protection. I think I could kill her. I really do, but I'm at the point where I need to stop this episode. So I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys and let you, in the comments, let me know what you think about this situation. Because I can get just far enough to pull her into this battle and maybe kill her. Now keep in mind, the Exalted will not be able to make it in on this battle. This would be Ganon's group by themselves versus these guys. So let me know what you think in the comments about that or about anything else going on. I always appreciate your feedback, and it's been extremely helpful. If I can manage to take her out, I should be able to bull rush her capital before she has a chance to respawn. I think Farron and Karzan could make it. So let me know what you think about that. As always, I do appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Now, here's the thing. General updates regarding the next few episodes coming out. I think that I don't know what's going on with the holidays for sure yet. I know I'm planning to be gone. I just don't know for sure when, because it depends on work, like IRL, real life work stuff. But my hope is to be gone for the entirety between Christmas and New Year's. So as far as episodes go, and I'm also going home this weekend to see the new Star Wars movie with Joel and some other friends. So what I'm probably going to do is say that up until after New Year's, there will probably be no more episodes until after New Year's. If I'm lucky, I may be able to get one Planetfall episode in there somewhere. So this series will be on hold until probably after New Year's at least. Maybe I'll get a Planetfall episode in, but I can't really make any promises just yet. But otherwise, you know, I would like to wish you guys happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate. Hope you guys have a good time with your family and friends. and I will see you guys all in the next episode. Happy New Year, everybody.